Wolf of Fantasy Sports back with the DFS Wolfpack. NFL Week 7 in the books. NFL Week 8 is upon us. DraftKings player pricing has been released for Week 8. Do a quick recap. I did pretty good today. Nice low $400 profit. If you look here, I was all over the place. I think my high was like 187. Missed on a couple plays. I went with the Chubb chalk. A lot of Baker Mayfield. A lot of Brady. Trubisky. Had a mixed bag. I went with Wentz. Everyone I rolled out there put up a decent score. I even had a Flacco lineup out there. Did pretty good. Missed on a couple spots. My early only did really, really well. Had Brady, White, Edelman, Josh Gordon, Cohen, ran it back. And that's pretty much that. For the most part, had a really good Sunday. So, and NBA, I cashed NBA too. Looking at this week. NFL Week 8, first look. Let's see. As you can see, I got free entries here. I won some tickets. If you're looking to win tickets to the Millie Maker, $1. I suggest $1 satellites. 47 entries. 2 of the entries get tickets to the Millie Maker. Top 2, you definitely gonna want to put your best lineup up in there, and you can win a ticket to the Millie Maker. And I rack them up throughout the week. I usually shoot for 3 or 4. And some weeks when you're on a ball, you end up winning them all. So looking at quarterback position, there's a lot of quarterbacks I like this week. And you're going to see Pat Mahomes at home versus Denver. Already went into Denver and had success. So go back to that game, see what happened. Hunt, Mahomes, Kelsey. That's the way you want to attack this team. Tyreek, always in play. Could break a big catch any moment, anytime. Gotta love Mahomes here. You gotta pay up for him. So with all the quarterbacks that are in really good spots that I'm about to break down real quick, Mahomes is a GPP play. He's not somebody I'm rolling out in my main lineup. I don't think I'm rolling him out in cash. Mahomes is always in play, especially in this matchup at home. It's going to be tough on Denver. You can run on Denver. I think he's GPP, and that's status. Mahomes, killing it. Rodgers versus the Rams. I like that. He's on the road. I like the other side of it more, though. So probably won't have too many shares of Rodgers. Got to see who's in play. Got to see what receivers he has available. And depending on that, maybe I'll throw him in a couple of GPP lineups. But as of right now, I'm all for Rodgers. Andrew Luck, I like this play versus Oakland. Oakland looks a mess. Oakland looks a disaster. So, Luck's throwing the ball the most out of all the quarterbacks. I really like Luck a lot in this matchup on the road. Doesn't matter. He's got T.Y. back. They look really good. T.Y. put up 2 touchdowns on the Bills. My damn Bills that are falling apart. Worst team in the league. One of them, for sure. Andrew Luck's in play here. I like what I'm seeing out of him. Captain Andrew Luck, that is. Looking at Andy Dalton at home versus Tampa Bay. Definitely a good spot for him. Pair him up with his tight end, Uzomah. Pair him up with A.J. Green, who looks to be a monster this year. And, you got Tyler Boyd. Come on. Andy Dalton definitely in play here. Ben Roethlisberger. Don't mind him in this spot. At home versus Cleveland. Should put up about 3 touchdowns. That's where I got him projected at. I think a little bit over 20 DraftKings points is what Roethlisberger is going to end up with. Connor could end up having a big day and get 2 of the touchdowns, rushing them in. Like we saw the last time he was out. He ended up getting 2 of Juju Smith-Schuster's touchdowns, which helped his score a whole lot. And Connor had a really big day last time out. Depending on if Bell's back, which I don't see happening anytime soon. It's going to be the Connor. It's going to be Big Ben. Juju. pair him up with Juju or Antonio Brown. These teams have already played each other. I believe they tied. So look at that game as a reference, see what happened. Connor went off. That was week 1. So check that out. And he was 4,500. Crazy. So look at Trubisky versus the Jets. I like Trubisky. He's on a heater. I believe he's on a 4-game heater. So look at Trubisky. He's definitely in play, balling out. Jameis Winston on the Rovers. Since he don't mind him all that much, but I'd much rather play Goff here. I think Green Bay pushes the pace. I think it's a back and forth affair, what I'm hoping for, and Goff at home. Pair him up with Cooks, pair him up with Woods. If Cooper comes back, that's a bonus. You could play him naked, play him with Gurley. Doesn't matter. I think this is going to be one of the better games, and it's 425, so it's a late night hammer with Goff. I think he's in play. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks at 6K here. Russell Wilson, don't mind him. He's all right. Much rather pay up for Goff. Cam Newton, I played him naked this week, and he was my best lineup. He was my 187 lineup. Played him I played him with Funches. My fault. I had a Funches, Newton stack, put up 187, was my best lineup of the week. I think he's borderline fade for me this week, definitely, with the other options. Look at that Baker Mayfield. He's all right. He had a really bad first half. I was losing all the money at first this week. I was like, damn, I had a lot of Baker. Had him in a bunch of spots. And he turned it around in the second half, hitting Njoku for that touchdown. And then he came through in a big way. He couldn't run the ball in the end zone for shit, but he did all right. He should have had a rushing touchdown. I think he had 2 attempts where he could have had one. Oh, well. Baker Mayfield got me through week 7. I had him about half my lineups. So shout out to Big Baker. Looking at Stafford, I don't mind him here. He's okay. I see 2-3 touchdowns. Flacco versus Carolina, I'm off him on the road. Price is fair, though. Looking down, Eli, don't mind him all that much for GPP, but we haven't seen no upside, really, from Eli. And is Chad Kelly going to start over Keenum? We'll find out. And that's it. And then you got Sam Darnold versus Chicago. I'm off of him. 4,500, cheap price, though. I'm off that. Running back, break this down quick. Gurley, always in play. 9,800. Price did not go up. Gurley is in play most definitely versus Green Bay, without a doubt. He's pass catching, touchdowns. He's killing it. Look at that Barkley versus Washington. Don't mind him. I mean, Barkley's always in play. I don't mind any matchup with him because he just lit up Philadelphia Eagles for over 200 yards combined, and they've been holding running backs to 75. So you gotta like Barkley. Bell, he's up in the air. He probably not playing. Looking at Connor, 7,500 versus Cleveland. Week 1, he tore him up. I believe 30, 40, somewhere in that ballpark. Definitely in play here. They love the kid, cancer survivor and all that. The story's great, and the kid's really showing up and stepping into Le'Veon Bell's shoes and actually doing better than him. If you compare the stats from Bell's last year to Connor's year this year, Connor's kind of edging him. So you can look at that. Going with Mixon versus Tampa, I don't mind him. 7,300, I don't mind him, but I'd much rather have Hunt. 7,100, I like that. McCaffrey versus Baltimore, I'm off him. Cohen, price went up. David Johnson, 6,700, in play in this matchup versus San Francisco. Definitely in play. Price is more than what I want to pay for him. If he was about 62, 6,000, I think he'd get more ownership. But at 67, I'm not sure his ownership will be that high. I think maybe I'll throw him somewhere, but I don't really like it all that much. Cohen's price is up, 5,800. I don't really want to go there this week. I rode him in half my lineups this week. It worked out. Didn't look good at first, and then he got it going. So I think he's all right. Marlon Mack, the player I want to talk about. All that Chubb talk, all that Chubb chalk got me off of Mack this week, and Mack had a way better game. So, sometimes you get this value and you're like, damn, he's going to be high owned. I don't want to pass him up. Pretty decent spot. Too cheap. Well, I got off Mack. I think Mack is definitely in play versus this Oakland defense. And I like what I saw out of Mack. His highlight was nice. Checked down. Got in the box. Looks good to me. Kerryon Johnson. As long as, Kerryon Johnson, I think he okay at 5,300, but I'm paying up for Mack. So you saw Blunt get it in. He had a good game. Kerryon Johnson had a good game. Versus Seattle, I'd much rather have Mac over Kerryon Johnson. And Lindsey versus KC, I think he could do well too there at 5,200. I think he's viable. Definitely GPP viable. I don't know if I run him in cash. Looking at Breda versus Arizona, he's okay. 5,000. You know, the gripe I had with him early on is he was only getting like 10 carries, 4 targets. So I need to see more from him. I think CJ Beathard, check down to him. I think he gets you 15. Looking at Peterson, kind of off of him, 4,900. I'm off of Jordan Howard. I'm off of Chubb at this price for sure. Not paying that. Like Chris Carson, he saw 14 carries last time out. He got a touchdown taken back. Versus Detroit, 4,300. Give me 20 touches. Give me 20 carries from Chris Carson versus Detroit, and I'm running it definitely. So 4,300, I like him. And then down there, I'm off of everybody. I'm off of Jones and the rest of the gang. So looking at wide receiver position, you got Ty Freak versus Denver, always in play. Most expensive price, so I'm not gonna play him. I just can't afford to. So looking at Antonio Brown, I think he's a much better option. 8,500 over Ty Freak. I like that a little bit. AJ Green in play versus Tampa, definitely. Adams, no thanks. 7,900 versus the Rams. I don't think I'm gonna play him. Maybe if I do a Rodgers lineup, if he's got other options, and I think maybe I'll run one in like $1 just to have some exposure to it in a quarter and $1. I'll have it somewhere. Rodgers to Adams, somewhere I'll have it. Evans, I'm off of him versus Cincy, 7,800. Much rather pay up for somebody else. Odell Beckham versus Washington, he's okay. But if you think back, Odell Beckham, Josh, what's his name? I'm thinking Josh Gordon, but that's the receiver from New England. Josh Norman. See, not Josh Gordon, Josh Norman. So Odell Beckham, Josh Norman, get your popcorn. I'm not sure what to think about this matchup because it's in New York. I think it's 7,500. That's a low price on Odell Beckham. It is a get-up spot because Josh Norman's over there talking. So I think Odell Beckham, you could roll him out in GPP for 7,500, definitely. And I'm going to get some exposure because there's a lot of, it's a bad look right now for Odell Beckham and what he's doing and what's going on. So I think he's definitely in play here. 7,500, the price is right, and that's mainly it. Josh Norman, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here, and I'm going to watch some film from before when they matched up and see what I think from there. But I'm definitely going to have a sprinkle of Odell Beckham. Juju definitely in play. I prefer him over Beckham versus Cleveland, definitely. Looking at Jarvis Landry, he's in play versus Pitt. Yep. My two favorite receivers in this price range, though, are definitely Cooks and Woods. So look at Cooks and Woods here. Pair them up with Goff. Green Bay secondary is not that great. Boyd's in play. Price is up on him. It didn't look like Dalton was spreading the ball around too much. It's Sunday night, and I just watched the game. Cincy versus Kansas City, and he was just locked in on Green. Uzomah, he wasn't really getting the ball to Boyd till later in the game. It's kind of frustrating for anyone who had him. I didn't have any shares, but I could imagine. T.Y. Hilton's in play here versus Oakland, definitely. We want to look at, I'm off Tate. Brown is okay play. I probably won't have any of them, though. Galladay's okay. Doug Baldwin, yeah, that's a play. That's a little risky, but that's definitely a play, 5,500. D-Jax, he's okay, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing as of late. Moff Shepard, Tyler Lockett's definitely in play. Looking at Gabriel, he's in play versus the Jets. Look at Marquise Goodwin, very cheap, 5,000 on the road. I think he could be a good tournament play. D-Train, D. Thomas, 4,900. That's really cheap for him versus Kansas City. I think you could roll him out there, depending on who the quarterback is. But 4,900 is like the cheapest I've ever seen this guy. So I think he could provide some upside at that price if everything breaks right for him. Looking at who do I lay down here? Anybody? Godwin's in play versus Cincy. Kirk, I don't like all that much. Fitz is cheap as hell. 4,400. He's all right. Willie Snead needs to learn how to catch the football. What was that? Come on, man. 4 drops. Get it together, bruh. Looking at Cortland Sutton, 3,800. I like that. Nice cheap play versus Kansas City. I'm with it, depending on who the quarterback is. Antonio Callaway, he only got 2 targets last week, so it looks like maybe they're phasing him out. He's been really bad, and Ratley got more targets than him this week because Callaway can't catch the ball. So Ratley, I would look at him over Callaway in this matchup. And that's as low as I'm going here. You got Josh Reynolds, only saw, 1 target, caught it, 20 yards. I'm off that. Looking at tight end position, Travis Kelce definitely in play. Tight ends versus Denver, I'm still with that. I like Kelce in this matchup. Kittle, I'm off of him. Jared Cook, I don't mind Jared Cook here. I think he's all right, but a little priced up for me. Looking at Ebron, that's okay, 4,900. Burton's okay. In this price range, I think Njoku's definitely in play again at 4,600. Graham's all right. Reed, he's not seeing enough targets. He got 4 this past week. I'm off of him. Ingram, too many. I'm just off of Ingram. I think Barkley's the only piece of the Giants that I want. Olsen's okay here. O.J. Howard, I don't mind on what he do. Okay, he got 9 targets. Yeah, O.J. Howard, that's 3,900. I like that. Vance McDonald in play versus Cleveland. I like tight ends versus Cleveland. He fits the bill. But 3,500 C.J. Uzomah versus Tampa. I'm just going to roll that out. Tight ends versus Tampa, it's a virtual lock. Unless you want to get different and go outside the box. But it's been working. Why stray away from what's working? I like C.J. Uzomah, 3,500. One cheaper tight ends in play. And I'm off of Harriman. I don't want no parts of that. Think he's all right, depending on who the quarterback is. And that's it. Looking at defense. You got the Bears versus the Jets. That's working. Cardinals is priced way up. I don't think I want that. Colts versus Oakland, the way Carr is looking in the game. It's on the road, but I think it's viable. 2,900. You saw what they did to the Bills. Bills are putrid. Oakland's not that good. I think Colts are all right at 2,900. Depending on who the quarterback is, you can look at the Chiefs. They put up a big score, 14 tonight. You can look at the Chiefs. That's risky, but it's in KC. Rams versus Green Bay. I don't know if I want to do that. Rodgers going to put up some points. You can look at the Steelers versus Cleveland. Just because the Cleveland's offense looked so bad in the first half, it made me second guess a lot of things. Steelers is risky, but 2,300 the way they was looking in that first half, man. I'm going to have to rewatch some footage and really think about that one. I'm not sure who I want to pay down for. Yeah, definitely not sure who I want to pay down for. Trubisky's been on fire. I'm not messing with the Jets. As of right now, I do not know. I think the Steelers could be viable. I'm going to have to rewatch that first game. And it was with Tyrod Taylor, though. So, a lot going on down there. I just think the Colts or the Bears are a safe bet for some points as of right now, first look. Later in the week, I'll dive in, I'll dig into the research, and I'll really get into it. And then for anyone who subs, dfswolfpack.com, hit me up at dfswolfpack on Twitter, Instagram. Get a hold of me. Sign up with me direct. I'll coach you, give you all the advice I can 24/7. Whenever I'm awake almost the whole day. Like, no joke, I'm always awake. Early morning, late night, during the day, whenever. I don't sleep. Just get a hold of me. Let's get to this money. Check out the subs. Check out my Instagram if you want to see the results, because I post them daily for transparency, so you know what's going on is actually what's going on. Who I'm playing is who I'm playing, what I'm talking about. Been on a heater. NBA, NFL has just been crushing. Just been on point with everything. Just been seeing the slates real clear. I've been doing this quite a while. I'm highly ranked on Roto-Grinders. If you want to look up I Would Hate Me Too, that is my DraftKings username. That's what I'm known as across the daily fantasy universe. That's my username. So hit me up direct. Join the league, DFS Wolfpack. The link is in my bio on Twitter and Instagram. Join the DFS Wolfpack. Create a contest, join a contest, compete, win, repeat. And that's what it's all about. Good luck, everybody. Hit me up at DFS Wolfpack. 1.